It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here bringing y'all this really short review to Lil Tjay's project called State of Emergency. Now with Lil Tjay, never actually heard a full-length project by him. Only so much his features. This is the first project that's come out that I've known about from him since I've really heard about him. He's kind of come up a little bit more lately. But going into this one, I did not have too high expectations because I have not enjoyed any of his features that I've heard. I've heard him on quite a few different projects, usually projects that I'm not such a big fan of, more so trap projects. And he just doesn't really have that kind of sound that I enjoy that much, you know. It's kind of generic. His voice can be a little annoying to me. His production isn't always the best, especially over his voice, where it can sound kind of unfinished sometimes. So, you know, that being said, going into this one, I did not have too high expectations, and I kind of got what I expected. This project is 7 songs in 22 minutes, so it really is not that hard to sit through, I guess. Like I said, it's really short. If I was going to say any pros about it, I guess I would say that he does explore some sadder, more introspective sounds, specifically on the intro track. Not so much only hearing him do trap type hype tracks, hearing him do a little bit more introspective. That is my preferable type of trap anyways, unless if you're an artist that can really bring out that hype sound, someone like a Young Thug, someone like that, you know, maybe a Gunna. Even though they both can get into some sadder stuff as well, I prefer their hype stuff per se. But for most trap, I would prefer the more sad, introspective stuff, you know, the kind of stuff you get from Future on, say, Hendrix, you know, Trippie Redd, which you get from him, even though I'm not that big of a fan of his. I do enjoy his introspective stuff, so hearing that was a positive thing. Now, going through the cons, again, his voice is very annoying, especially when he tries to sing, such as on the song Ice Cold. I just thought that was a horrible track altogether. His voice is horrible. I mean, it's just very broken up. The production on it, like I said, is not very great. So yeah, take that as you will. One of the songs that I did enjoy, My City, I thought that was an enjoyable track. He just had a very solid sing/rap flow, but one where he did not strain his voice to where it sounded like it was breaking, as if he was a 15-year-old boy still going through puberty. So that was a positive track there, to actually hear him with a decent sound. It flowed very nice over the soft piano trap beat, which I do usually enjoy. It's kind of an in my feels track, again, getting more introspective, just allowing you to vibe with it pretty well. Overall, a pretty enjoyable song, and that is my one takeaway song here. Now, if we're going to get into the features, Zoo York features Fivio Foreign and Pop Smoke. And this is a traditional trap song with some drill overtones, of course, to fit the sound of Pop Smoke a little bit more. I hated Fivio's verse, just going in order. It's basically just ad-libs with the occasional bar, and the ad-libs aren't anything special. They're not hype or anything. Like, I literally believe there were more ad-libs in his verse than actual words. But moving along, Pop Smoke. Here he actually has the best verse, just because he focused more on having a decent flow than using his grating drill voice. So no real complaints for him. That's actually his second feature that I've heard this past week, and both of them were a little bit softer and not so much in what you hear on his solo work, which again, I do not enjoy his solo work. So that was a positive thing. Again, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Very sorry to hear him go. But regardless, I'm not that big of a fan of his music, but this feature was not that bad. But overall, this was just I mean, I'm not coming back to it. So after that, the only other feature is Fivio Foreign on Shoot for the Stars, and this song's awful. The singing voice used by Lil Tjay was awful. Fivio doesn't really do anything to stand out. He's kind of bad on here too. It's just a lot of voice breaking, cracks, and stuff like that. So really not a good track. Actually, probably the worst track altogether on here. And that's really the last track I need to break down. If I'm going to go into an overall breakdown of this project, this album is filled with a lot of choppy flows. And I mean, like a lot of stop and go flows where, you know, they'll say a word and then go into it, add a little bit more emphasis to that one word that they stopped on and make it sound like, you know, they're going all over the track. But really all that does is just knock off the rhythm. And it's specifically whenever they're using ad-libs. There are a lot of ad-libs on here that just don't work. It really knocks off the rhythm and flow to where they're not rapping on beat. And not in a good way, like a ski mask way. Not where it's entertaining. It's just very jarring and not enjoyable. It really takes you out of the track as a whole. So, yeah. You're never really able to settle in because of that. And that's especially considering that the singing is very horrible as well. So with the singing voice being bad and then the rapping being very choppy and you can't really settle in and enjoy it, it just really makes this into a bad project. I'd say that this one is forgettable, a very forgettable project, except for the fact that I don't think I'll ever forget how bad his voice sounds. I might end up having nightmares about his voice, specifically from Shoot for the Stars. I do not recommend listening to this project. I found no enjoyment in it whatsoever. Is it the worst project of the year? Still probably not. Still probably better than that NBA Youngboy project from a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this one's really bad. The saving grace is that it is so short that if you force yourself to listen to it, it really doesn't feel that long. Like 22 minutes, you can get through that easily. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. And just like that, this week we have gone a 4 out of 10, a 3.5 out of 10, and a 3 out of 10, ending it with the worst. So, you know, let me know your thoughts on this project in the comment section. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell next to my name for notifications. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to share this video so your friends can check it out. And I will hit y'all up next time.